Good morning. We are starting our first full day in San Felipe today, and we went to go for a walk on the beach when these two ladies came walking in with fresh empanadas and tamales.
Pork tamale, and I'm not sure what kind of empanada it is.
We decided to come back and sit at our picnic table in our little cabana and have breakfast before we go for our walk.
I know some people may be having thoughts going through their mind questioning the safety of the food. Well, there's a lot of people who stay here. We'll call them snowbirds for lack of another word. A lot of folks from Canada. But they were buying from these ladies. So they know, they've been here, they know what food is safe. And that's generally a good rule of thumb when you're traveling abroad. So we're going to dig into our tamale and empanada. We are taking the sandy route down to the Malecon, which is the main street along the waterfront here. So yeah, we decided to just walk down the beach instead of taking the streets. What do you find here?
Something for my grandma.
No.
20?
15?
How many do you like? One? Okay, you pick.
Okay.
Purple is her favorite color, and then hummingbirds she really likes. She's
That's
always
beautiful.
had a hummingbird feeder outside, so
And $15 US.
yeah.
That's so worth it. So I'm also noticing that we could have brought the ATV down and driven it pretty much anywhere in town. But I think the added convenience of not having the trailer was well worth it, because we actually wouldn't have been able to fit the trailer in our little RV park. It would have had to get moved around, and it's very tight in there. So
And I don't know where we would have parked it. Like, there's not even space on the streets or across the
Yeah.
streets. I don't know where it would have gone.
it would have been tough. So I think we made the right decision.
We came to the taco factory for lunch, and trying to decide if it's too early for a margarita or not.
It's 5 o'clock somewhere.
It is.
One of the many tips we found to traveling in countries where you don't know the language is the Google Translate app. So let me show you how it works. But essentially, you, of course, download the app, and then there's a camera feature where you can hover it over the text on a sign or a menu, and it translates it for you. We pretty much know a lot of the Spanish words on this menu, but we're just going to show you how it works. So here's our menu. Can you see that? And then it just changes. So it's a really neat app if you're traveling in a land where you don't know the language. So I come back from the bathroom and washing my hands, and I found out that my wife ordered another pitcher of margaritas.
I didn't order another picture. You did.
You know what happens when she gets margaritas in her. I think we need to turn on some music.
We do.
So we've been approached by all kinds of folks selling various items, but somebody finally pulled on our strings, and we're foodies. So
It's Mexican candy. It has pumpkin seeds and nuts, and it looks like some little sesame seeds maybe or something.
I don't know.
We'll
Looks
try
good.
it.
We're not interested in jewelry, but you put some really cool looking food in front of us. Yeah, that's our weakness.
I might get some jewelry, but I'm waiting and I want to think about what I want to buy. I have a couple of things picked out, but I have to think about it.
Hola, señor. Oh, no, thank you. Thank you very much. Nah. No, thank you.
How about pescado? Claro, open it.
Pescado.
Oh, wow.
That is beautiful.
Yes, this is about open it. Check it, man. No puede.
Well, let me see the pescado.
No puede nada por Okay.
That's really cool.
This is abalone shells.
¿Cuánto dinero?
This is $38.
Dollars. Wow.
This is made in Mexico City. This is no China.
That is beautiful.
Yes.
Okay, well, maybe another time.
How about this? This let's go in the table for decoration.
Oh, wow. Look at that. That is too cool.
Wow. I don't have that much cash right now, sir.
How much you can in the neighbor? No business today, no people.
No people, no business?
No
What do you got
I
for
have
cash?
100. I have 100 left. That's it.
100 pesos?
See?
No.
How much do you have left?
100 pesos only $6.
I know.
I know.
100 pesos.
Okay, what's your name?
Constantino.
Santino? So this gentleman really did pull on my heartstrings.
Okay.
He found a fish made of abalone shells. This is beautiful,
Nice.
and we bartered it down. Well, he took all the cash we had. I am not lying. He took all the cash that we have. I really hope this restaurant takes Visa. If they don't take Visa, we're gonna have to do the dishes. Okay, gracias, señor. These margaritas are a lot stronger than the ones that we had yesterday afternoon. And we realized that we need to pace ourselves because we're gonna be like stumbling back to the RV park if we just polish this off in an hour. So we're gonna start off with some patatas fritas with a little bit of regular ketchup. Now, if they had that ketchup and mayonnaise combination that we had in Spain last year, that was so awesome.
I crave that all the
I know,
time.
like my mouth is watering
I'm
right now just thinking of that patatas fritas
And
in
you got
Spain.
those pictures out the other day. We were looking at them, and it just made me want to go and.
Yeah.
Yes.
But we are pacing ourselves though, so this is still the first glass of margarita. So they're nice enough to send out a condiment tray to go with our meal. And we're gonna try to mix in a little bit of hot sauce into our ketchup. Now I will say, one of my guilty pleasures are these pickled spiced carrots.
Wow.
I could just eat these for a meal. Actually, in general, Ben can eat carrots as a meal.
He can. He loves carrots.
I think it's my grandma. As a little kid, I'm quarter Japanese in case you did not know, but my grandma would always have sliced carrots and they were salted. She'd like soak them in a little bit of salt water. And I don't know, I just love carrots. And I also love my grandma, my late grandma. So yeah, every time I eat a carrot, I think of grandma. Our food is trickling in and we ordered some fish tacos. And that is a beautiful piece of breaded fish. And if you think it looks naked, that's because you get to dress it yourself with all these condiments.
I dressed my taco, put a little bit of crema on it, and some pickled onions, some pico de gallo, and some cabbage, which I don't normally do cabbage, but you have to do cabbage.
Especially on a fish taco.
On a fish taco. It's worth the stomach ache. I can't feel my body.
What stage of intoxication have you just passed?
We just went past the crying into the I can't feel my body, and I can't read the menu anymore.
And why were you crying? Just out of pure happiness and
I think so. I just felt like I was leaking tears of joy
Leaking.
and happiness.
I guess leak is better than drip.
You know how they say women they leak tears of joy and happiness.
All right, so you need my help choosing another item to order?
I can't, and even like Google Translate isn't helping.
I don't think it's the app's fault. I think your eyes are going a little crossed.
At least I have my sunglasses on, so you can't tell. I still look normal, although I feel the pink in my cheeks rising.
Just so you know, the progression of... Well, wait, that's my margarita. Oh, okay. The pitcher is gone, and this is all that's
like
left.
1.5 of these. They were really strong. I mean, I felt very calm and relaxed and comfortable yesterday. Today, it's like... whew.
I guess this would be course number 4 if you're counting the margaritas as course, but we got carne asada nachos, and they are pretty tasty. Somebody's cheating. She's watering down her margaritas.
Cheating? If you want me to walk home, you better let me cheat.
There's always a taxi. And my glass is pretty much empty. But who gets the last nacho? I think we're ready to go back to the motorhome and take a nap.
We have to stop by the ATM first.
Yes. We totally need to stop by the ATM because the little pescado that you saw me purchase took the last of our cash. So we gave him like $6 US dollars and then 140. No, 250. We gave him like 250 in pesos. But we did the math, and I could be totally wrong in those numbers because it's been a couple classes ago. But we did the math, and we only paid like $13 for that beautiful fish made of edibles, made out of abalone shells. So yeah, we really need to get back to the motorhome and take a nap.
But we have to go to the ATM,
Yes.
and we have to find dessert first.
Dessert in the ATM. Check. We are on a new mission. We paid with our card there because that gentleman wiped us out with our little fish. And we need to find an ATM because the lady Anna, who was our server, was just so nice. She put up with us for like 2.5 hours.
Yeah.
So we're on our way to find an ATM so we can get her a tip because they were not allowed to add a tip to our Visa card. You know, I regret not doing video blogs on all of our other travels.
I know.
Like, we have gone to like Greece, Honduras, Belize, the south of France, Panama, all of these amazing places, and I guarantee I'm forgetting some right now. And we have not brought you guys along. So this may be the alcohol talking, but you have our sincerest apologies for not bringing you along on our past adventures. Will you forgive us?
We forgive us.
We forgive us. Do you? Rebecca is on a mission to find, what would this be called, a shaw?
It's a shaw.
I got no problem. I got a meat. I got it.
Okay.
Work it, baby, work it.
It's pretty. Ooh, there's red too. I kind of like the orange, but I've never worn orange. I don't know if it looks good on me.
It's a very fall color.
Oh, but it's pretty. What do you think? Good color?
I've never seen you in orange before.
Well, that's why it would be different.
Okay.
I could wear it with black. See?
Orange is the new black. I'm sorry. I could not help
I
myself.
always
there.
go for blues and teals and blacks. They're boring. This is really pretty.
What technique worked again?
Well, I don't know. We both played good cop today. She was easy.
Bartering is kind of fun.
It is fun.
And you should never pay full price, and they actually expect barter.
So I got an orange one for me, and I got a purple one for my mama.
Check out this security system. This wall has broken bottles and glass into the cement. That's probably cheaper than barbed wire because you can find glass just about anywhere. We We have made it back to Kiki's RV park, and I don't know what the rest of the day is gonna bring. It's probably gonna bring a nap. So if this video is over, it just is. We appreciate you watching. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe, share with your friends, and remember to enjoy the ride.